Hey, Delta Loungers, welcome back. We are watching the CES CEO speech by Ed Bastian. That's a
CES
lot of
CEO. What?
that's a that's a lot of or a lot of letters. Anyway, we're back for part 3. Welcome. We are happy to be back, finishing up and seeing. We've kicked off. Oh God. Okay. Sorry, that was. Ugh.
I like it. We're keeping that in.
All right.
So,
All right, I'll just kick it over to you, I guess. I'll just wherever you want to cut it and then kick it to you, I guess.
I'm leaving the whole thing in.
No.
Yeah, so we've been doing a reaction to the keynote address that was done at the Las Vegas Sphere by CEO Ed Bastian at Delta during the Consumer Electronics Show conference in Las Vegas, which is probably the biggest it's the biggest conference, like business conference in the world, all about consumer electronics, right? Everything from pinball to new computers, right? Anything technologically speaking, vendors come and share their new inventions for 2025. So Delta has a lot of new things to announce, technology related wise, right? So in our first episode, they kind of covered the
AI.
the AI integration that they're doing,
Yep.
right? All the enhancements to AI. Our second episode coverage, what would you say? It was more about sort of like their in-flight programming.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think a little bit more of the connectivity of you to the airport to your destination.
Right. So they covered sort of the Delta app enhancements for the
Yep.
concierge
And
stuff coming,
Delta,
the
Delta
YouTube
Concierge.
partnership, and of course, we left off with the GOAT.
Tom Brady with his
talking about
wellness, which we apparently need because we do not follow almost any of those things when we travel. So that might not be our show.
That's definitely not going to be our show. Delta and YouTube, if you put our show on the in-flight channel, it could be great counter programming to Tom Brady.
That's right. Exactly. I love the thinking.
All right. So where we left it off, Tom Brady just exited stage left. And we're going to pick it up from there. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's
Let's
roll.
do it. All right.
Delta Sync, our partnership with YouTube, and content like Tom's Well Traveled are all great examples of how anticipating your needs and serving you with exclusive experiences can elevate your journey. We expect many of the features shown today will be online on our planes this year. And we continue to find new partners to bring into our ecosystem. Well, since we're here in Las Vegas, the gaming capital of the world, it's only fitting to announce a collaboration with DraftKings, one of the world's leading online gaming platforms for the Delta Sync experience.
What?
Jason Robbins, DraftKings
co-founder and CEO. Wait. Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
Do we even get off
the
plane anymore?
What?
Oh my God, this sounds like we're just going to have our full vacation experience on a plane. Why are we even getting off?
Babe, what? I'm going to be able to do sports bets on the plane?
You
can't
bet.
me?
You can't do sports betting in Minnesota, but you can on a plane.
Oh,
I love it. Let's go for it.
Oh
That's
my
fantastic.
goodness.
And CEO is with us today. Is that you, Jason? Did I see you? Did I see you staring at your phone instead of
He's
watching
too busy
yourself?
looking at his phone.
Jason, stop looking at your phone. Fantasy football season's over, okay? It's over.
Of course, that was
that's
all
actually a good
scripted,
bit.
right? That was like he's on his phone doing DraftKings.
Yeah, he got caught. Yeah,
Right. All right. It's cheesy.
I like it.
But I like
does
it. I
add
like it. It's funny.
It's a little more interesting than a hand wave and be done. So.
Right. Like he couldn't even care less. He's so engrossed. Anyway,
Yep.
that was kind of cool.
We love you, Jason. From fantasy sports to online adventures, gaming has become a regular part of the daily lives of millions of our customers. And you shouldn't have to hit pause just because you're in the sky. Our partnership with DraftKings will build on the games portfolio that we already offer today via Delta Sync and our seatback screens, while using the deep expertise that Jason and his team have developed over the past decade. Now, Let's check in with Eve to see how she's doing one more time, to see what's in store for her upon arrival in Tokyo. Because Delta Concierge has been working on Eve's behalf, her rideshare already knows when she'll land, and we'll have a car waiting to take her wherever she wants to go.
See, that would be nice. The Uber just
We
automatically.
do struggle with that.
Now let's talk more about that rideshare. And to help me, I'd like to welcome to the stage someone that does not need an introduction with this crowd, the CEO of Uber, Dara Khosrowshahi. Dara. Dara, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Ed. It is a privilege to be here with you to celebrate the history of Delta and to give us a glimpse of what's to come.
So this is kind of genius. I mean, you remember our first experience with an Uber?
Mm-hmm.
We were with my buddy Mike, and we had just gone to the Firkin Fest, I think, right?
Yep.
Little crappier festival here in Minneapolis. And Uber had just started, right? Or we had heard about it, but we never used it before.
Right.
And we're with him and like, I'll just grab an Uber. I'm like, oh, what is this thing like?
You're just gonna get into some random person's car.
Like, does this work? Like, what?
What is this?
Ever since then, I can't imagine life without
Oh,
having
100%.
rideshare services, right?
Yeah.
And because of that first experience, I was always loyal to Uber.
Yes.
Just because they had the most coverage. It seemed like they had options. I trusted them to get me from A to B. And then Lyft comes along. That's great. Another competitor. But I never had a reason to switch over to Lyft for any reason. Except one time there happened to be, I was in a smaller town, and for whatever reason, there was a Lyft driver, but not an Uber driver. So
yep.
I think Lyft has some presence in smaller towns that maybe Uber doesn't. At least this was many years ago. But then Lyft teamed up with Delta.
Mm-hmm.
And you could earn Sky Miles points if you linked
That's
your
right.
accounts. So for, 3 years?
Probably,
at
yeah,
least?
3 or 4 years.
3 or 4
Yep.
years. We did nothing but Lyft, unless
Yep.
we had no choice. There was
Right.
no other rideshare.
Right.
Because of our loyalty to Delta.
Mm-hmm.
And now what have we done? We've switched back to Uber because they've
All because of
switched
Delta.
their partnership to Uber. So, I mean, these partnerships matter. It's a whole ecosystem. And that's kind of how we brand our show, right? We're talking about the ecosystem of Delta.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm excited they're back with Uber. I really liked Lyft. I thought Lyft had some innovative things, but I like that Uber's has international presence. Like when we travel to Europe,
Yes.
there's Uber. There's not Lyft.
Yep. Right, exactly.
So the ability to get Sky Miles points for all of those trips to me is huge.
Well, and not only that, but it's not even just Uber. It's Uber Eats. It's all the other pieces of Uber that come along with that you're still getting those extra Sky Miles racking right up with that partnership. So,
Yep. And, link your Amex Sky Miles card to your Uber account, right? So you're kind of getting like extra points that way.
yes. And what's interesting about that is when you do link it on either your credit card or the app, you can link it either way. It'll do it, but it's great when you can just go to the Fly Delta app and just link your card directly there.
Yep. Absolutely. Actually, I just did that the other day. I changed my linked cards because
Got a new card?
We'll be talking about the new card I got.
That's
Very
right.
exciting. In another episode. All right, let's hear about this Uber partnership. It's an Uber partnership.
Uber.
It's the partnership of partnerships.
That's right.
All right.
And I'm thrilled that we're coming together to shape the future of travel.
It's so true. It's so true. And we could not be more thrilled that you could be with us tonight. And we're excited to be announcing a new exclusive partnership with Uber, the company that revolutionized how we go anywhere and get anything at the simple tap of a button. Okay, out of interest, how many people took an Uber to get here today? Show of hands. Okay.
Show of hands? No, you want a
Your
round of
hand up
applause,
also
Ed.
flew on Delta. Okay. Wow, we got more Delta people than Uber. You got work to do.
I think you stacked the deck with the crowd.
Just a little bit, just a little bit. Well, you're going to love what Dara's got to share. Tell them what Uber customers can expect from our new partnership together.
Gladly. So I'm incredibly excited to announce that Uber will be teaming up with Delta for a new exclusive partnership. So travel is a big deal for us. In fact, 50% of Uber bookings either begin or end at an airport.
Wow.
So that's why we're starting with something that we
that's
know
a really
is
good stat.
very important to Delta customers.
50%?
Yeah.
That's
Definitely not our ratio for
No.
Uber, but no, I'm just saying just thinking about it from our perspective, right?
Right.
We definitely utilize Uber
course.
and ride shares, more frequently than when we travel. But that's interesting. That's really interesting that's the primary, almost the primary.
You and I are a little
reason.
unique, though, because we live sort of in a major city.
Right.
And so driving your car isn't always the best thing to go,
Yes.
paying for parking to a sporting event or, if we live somewhere far away in the suburbs, paying for an Uber to get, say, downtown Minneapolis is going to be very expensive. But for
right,
us,
exactly.
we're so close.
We actually save money.
We save money.
For parking and all of that for us to just Uber.
So for us, the ratio is inverted,
Right.
we use rideshare a lot to get from sporting events or entertainment events, concerts or whatever. But yes, for, I guess, your more normal, I don't know what to say, average person, I don't want to say it like that, but I can see where transportation to and from an airport accounts for much more of your rideshare than
Right.
going to the movies or
Exactly. Well,
baseball
even
game
for
or something.
business travelers, right? If business travelers make up
Especially
such
for
a large
business
proportion,
travelers. Right.
that's a huge reliance on that type of ability to travel.
Right. So it just makes sense in the aggregate, right? It makes sense in the aggregate. It's one of those things like, well, maybe in my personal life, I feel like I use Uber more than going to the airport. But in the aggregate, you take all the people.
Right,
wow,
exactly.
50% of their rides airport based. Wow. It seems like a huge number.
And that's SkyMiles.
Absolutely.
So SkyMiles members will be able to earn miles when they use Uber and Uber Eats. So for every UberX ride that you take to the airport, as well as premium and reserve rides, you will get miles. And it doesn't stop there. You'll also earn miles for eligible restaurant and grocery deliveries that you order with Uber Eats. But we're also evolving our airport experience from providing easy step-by-step instructions right in the Uber app to guide you from the plane straight to your ride, to improve pickup and drop-off experiences at Delta hubs, and much, much more. We're super excited.
Actually, I will say I did notice that this last time we used Uber flying from LAX. Because, LAX, you got to get on the bus.
Yep.
to get to the place that the Uber picks up at, right? It's like, it's not, you don't just walk out of baggage claim and find the place. You got to hop on a bus, go to a special place where they do the thing.
Yep.
The app was very sort of specific.
It was.
Go to this section number 3, get on the green bus, get off, right? It had a lot of good directions to help you out.
It was very
the signage
specific.
at LAX sucks.
It does. We've gotten turned around at that airport. I mean, when we were coming back from New Zealand, and a couple other times we've made the same mistakes. Yes, we're like, we didn't learn our lesson the first time. But no, this time around, it was really slick, so easy to navigate with those updated instructions.
Yeah, for sure.
To be launching our collaboration just this coming spring.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, all of you sign up for the wait list at uber.com/Delta.
Sounds good, right? You guys got that?
We've already got it,
Are
Ed.
you linked?
What
Yeah.
excites me
I'm
the
linked.
most are the new opportunities that this partnership will create as we work together over time. As we start to better integrate the findings, the learnings of Delta and Uber, we're going to be making the experience for our customers, these people, less stressful. easier to manage, and making sure that you, our customers, are in control of every step of the way.
That's exactly right. And with their shared goals of always putting people first, I think the possibilities are just absolutely endless. Now, Ed, you've clearly been busy this afternoon, this evening, so I hope you don't mind. I took the liberty of ordering us a little pick-me-up with Uber Eats.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, dang.
Ooh, and can do tricks. Love it. Actually, kind of like the scooter.
You are a scooter gal.
I am a scooter gal. I am.
Wow, this is so cool.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I heard it's a hazelnut with a little splash of cream. Did I get that right?
Oh, that's
Oh, hey, that's what you
That's pretty
drink.
cool. Smells great, doesn't it? Thank you for this.
why is the Uber
Now,
guy?
we're up here sipping coffee, but it hardly seems fair that we're the only ones enjoying a mid-keynote pick-me-up. Have you got anything for these lovely people out there?
Well, of course I do. We're also thrilled to bring the joy of Uber Eats to each of you today. So guys, come on in.
That's
Wow.
cool. That's fun. Yikes. Wow.
That's a lot of work to coordinate
Ooh,
something
and those
like
are
that.
steep stairs. Look at how.
That too. I hope they're in good shape.
That's funny. That's cool. That thing is just wild. The sphere is crazy. Oh, what did they get in the bag?
This is so cool. Thank you, Dara. This is really great. And if you didn't get a chance to receive a gift card, keep an eye out for the Uber guides as you exit the building. Everyone, please give it up for Dara.
Ah, so they didn't give everybody it.
Those gift
Okay.
cards in the
Dark.
bag.
Yep.
That makes way more sense.
Yeah, oh,
Like, trying to
100%.
carry a hot coffee like thousands of.
So as we saw with Eve, data, Gen AI, and the ingenuity of the Delta people are driving our ability to transform her journey. At every step, new and connected experiences were unlocked by her SkyMiles membership, before, during, and after her day of travel. The idea of loyalty is changing, and it has changed. SkyMiles membership is the way to access new experiences well beyond your day of travel. It's at the center of our innovations, powering Delta Sync and the Fly Delta app. Those of you who made use of our expedited badge pickup this year when you landed in Vegas, you know the power of SkyMiles membership. And if there's anything that we've learned over the
expedited badge pickup. You know, we've gone through a couple of airports where we've seen sort of at a certain gate. They've got a
Yes.
table blocked off, the gate blocked off, and like pick up your badge here for this event.
Right.
You remember seeing those?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's they're trying to, and I thought that was very unique. I've never seen anything like that. So obviously, if you got a big corporate event, you can get your
Right.
stuff right there, getting off the plane,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Makes it a lot easier just
Yeah.
to stay organized. Yep.
Just to get to your conference.
past 100
Exactly.
years is that our mission isn't just to move people around the world safely and comfortably. No, it really is to harness the power of travel to bring people together, to connect communities across vast distances, to create opportunities that were unimaginable just a few years ago. This mission is more important today than ever before.
We see a future where human ingenuity and imagination simplify how we move through the world. Human kindness ignites our endeavors. As we travel effortlessly to people, places and cultures previously unknown. Differences melt away as we begin to understand our shared humanity and what it means to live a life.
Our planet is vast, and our opportunity to forge a better future has never been greater. But the amazing promise of technology to bring us together has also, at times, driven us apart. That's why what we do at Delta is so important. Our purpose isn't just to transport people, it's to bring them together. When you come face to face with someone, you discover what you have in common. You start to bridge those gaps in understanding. At Delta, we know better than anyone that the power that travel holds to create opportunity, to power economies, and dramatically change lives. Just consider these facts. People flew an estimated 5 billion times last year, 5 billion. And 1/3 of global trade by value is sent by air. And aviation generates 4% of the entire world's GDP. It's no wonder that aviation supports more than 86 million jobs globally. And through innovation and technology, we can connect developing nations to the world as never before. But it won't work unless it's both accessible and affordable for everyone. Countless regions remain underserved by commercial air capacity. Get this, it's estimated that just 1 in 5 of the world's population has even experienced air travel. Can you believe that? 1 in 5. Our first century of flight was largely focused on uniting regions and continents. I firmly believe the next century of flight will be about uniting the world. Imagine the benefits of conveniently connecting local farmers in Nigeria to customers in Sweden, or students in Nepal to educational opportunities in Japan. And so it's important to hear from those who will be navigating that next century, a group of people who have zero preconceptions about how the next century of travel might look like, a group of people who, in my experience, tend to be our kids.
Welcome to Delta Airbus Innovation Lab. Today we are going to do a deep dive on all the exciting developments and innovations in aviation that will shape how we travel over the next 100 years.
All right, this is what I'm getting excited about. You know me, being the plane nerd.
The plane nerd, that's right.
I love to hear about new plane developments. All right,
Yep.
what do we got in store for us, Airbus?
We got some really cool things that we're going to discuss, like who here likes Roblox? Yes, this is great. So Delta is working with Roblox to create a game called Delta Locals, where you can collect these cool souvenirs and then learn more about places all around the world.
Just as long as they don't build the plane with robots.
No kidding. But that's a really cool concept of geography, which, by the way, you're terrible at. So.
Hey, that's the trivia
this might be a
category
game for
I'm no
you.
good at. I'm no good
This
at.
game
for
might
sure.
be for you.
All right.
So that is one cool thing that we're doing. What are your ideas?
How about a plane made of garbage? What?
I like that.
He's right. We have to save our planet.
Great idea. One day, your seat may be made of plastic that we remove from the oceans. I agree. Yeah, we're working with all kinds of material like algae and bamboo. Anything is possible, guys.
What about a plane that has wings that flap like a bird?
I like this. Well, how about folding instead of flapping? I mean, we're working on a
There
new
you
wing
go.
that makes planes fly even more efficiently, a folding wing.
It's a good idea to copy birds. They've been flying forever. They're the literal experts.
Exactly. See, we're working on getting planes to fly in formation. Like when you see a group of geese and they fly in that V shape, it means quicker journeys and using less fuel. And we're actually doing a test flight this year. Yeah,
Can I come?
not yet, but soon. Okay, grab your headsets. Using a combination of AR and VR in this device, we can customize planes in whatever way we want.
I didn't get that flying V.
Is it that
Are they
they're
going
going
to
to
launch
angle
like
the...
multiple flights at a time and the planes are going to fly in a group?
That's a great question.
It doesn't seem like that makes sense.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure.
All right, you got to research that one.
Yeah, I'm on it.
What if it's a plane and it also glows in the dark?
Oh, that's fantastic. It's perfect for night
What
flight.
about a plane with plants?
You're so innovative, everybody here.
What about a plane with camouflage?
This is getting really good, guys. I'm loving all these ideas.
Everybody clap.
I don't know
That's
about
right.
you, but I think it's fair to say that the future is in pretty safe hands with these kids. That was an exclusive look at one of Delta's most important partnerships, our partnership with Airbus, the company which makes many of the airplanes that carry our customers across the skies. And it's a relationship that's been critical to making Delta the airline who we are today. And like Delta, our friends at Airbus are playing the long game, looking into the future to imagine how the magic of travel will be changing our world for decades to come. Joining me to discuss the steps we're taking together to build a better world for the next 100 years, I'd like to welcome Airbus's Chief Sustainability Officer and Head of Communications, Julie Kitcher, and renowned futurist and founder of Way, Sinead Bovell. Ladies.
Catch founder of what?
A futurist?
Founder of Way?
Sinead, thank you. Julie, what we just heard from those amazing kids help us paint one vision of the future of travel. But when you think about the next 10, 50, 100 years of travel, what kinds of big changes do you see in how aircraft are being designed and then built?
Thanks, Ed. And hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you and our friends and partners at Delta. So first, you're right to talk about shared values. At Airbus, our purpose is to pioneer sustainable aerospace for a safe and united world. So it means we're pioneering innovation and technology for global mobility and connectivity, bringing the world together. So that's really, over the next decade, over the next century, we'll be bringing flight to future generations, those brilliant kids that we saw on that video. And today's aircraft go beyond the boundaries we knew even a decade ago. But we're actually imagining technological innovations that seemed impossible. So it's never been more exciting for engineers to design, develop, and implement at Airbus. And those kids are pretty smart.
They're pretty smart.
They are pretty smart. So actually, I'd like to share that we're actually working on wings that do change shape. If you think about an eagle in flight and the way those wings bend and change shape, well, we're actually working on longer, leaner, lighter wings with moving parts that change shape in flight to improve aerodynamics, reduce fuel used to cut costs and emissions, and that's what we're doing to support you, Ed, at Delta. And for those of you...
Hey, babe.
That's...
It's an airplane wing.
It is.
Little bit
That's
of an
interesting.
inside joke.
It's an interesting concept. It scares me a little bit to think of
I know, right? Moving.
the thing that, I don't know. I'm probably just old, stuck in my ways of how I think about things, but no, I mean, it seems very cool idea, but until it gets implemented and I see it in action, I'm gonna withhold judgment.
Well,
How about you?
Folding wing technology has been around forever. The military has a lot of planes that fold wings, especially like on aircraft carriers and things like that, right, for space. So that's been around forever, and that makes complete sense to be able to fold the wings. You can make bigger planes. You can make different shapes of planes. so they
Yeah,
can
but do
still
those
get
fold
to
like
the gate.
mid-flight? Because they're talking like mid-flight.
Now that I don't know what they're talking about. The ones that I'm thinking of, it's just when you land, you fold them up so that
Yeah.
they can sort of squeeze in a bit more narrow spaces. You could
Right.
get them into closer gates or whatever.
Sounds like they're doing something a little
then-
bit more than that with this.
Yeah, definitely. It sounds like they're talking about.
Flapping wings.
Yeah, they're gonna start flapping.
Flapping.
All right. Well,
I'm flapping the wrong direction anyway.
Who
Good thing
grew
I'm not a
up
pilot.
with Star Wars like I did, that means science fiction is actually becoming a reality when we see those wings moving. So I'm really thrilled to be able to announce
she's
collaboration
talking like an
with
X-wing,
Delta and
like
Airbus
Skywalker
on early
flew in
stage technology between our innovation labs, including Airbus up next, to explore wing performance, fuel efficiency, superconductivity, which is about the efficiency of electrical energy, and advanced aircraft assistance. And so, Ed, that collaboration will be key to us because we need your feedback to be able to continue to develop the best aircraft and achieve our shared vision together.
That's really great, Julie, and I'm so excited about what we see out into our future, which brings me to Sinead. Sinead is a futurist, a frequent speaker at the United Nations. I think you've got one of the toughest jobs in the world, having to predict what's going to happen into the future. What are some of the big changes that you see happening on our horizon?
It's a great question. Yeah, I would say augmented reality, virtual reality like we saw in that video, and AI-first devices will eventually become as standard as in-flight Wi-Fi and entertainment screens are today. And then AI, it's going to go on to deliver extremely hyper-personalized travel experiences where the planning just moves seamlessly into the background.
so are the planes going to be like drones? Like the pilots will be on the ground with virtual
they're
reality
just like flying with
plane?
the.
No.
Probably
I
not
want
to
my-
that extent. But
I want my captains in the plane. You know
yeah,
what
but I
mean?
mean, there's likely probably like AI like going to be integrated in the planes or things like that that will help
What if-
pilots or
Like, what if their windows become like virtual screens?
yeah,
or
that could be
something,
that
you
could
know?
be yeah. There's a lot
I
of
could
options
totally
out
see
there.
that, or some sort of heads-up technology on the
Yep.
windshield.
And then there's rapid advancements in synthetic biology and material science, so we can build planes with biodegradable materials that could even one day self-heal.
Self-heal. Explain that to me.
Just the same way nature heals itself if it gets a tear or it gets injured. Taking that biomimicry example, building using similar materials so planes of the future can heal and repair themselves, copying nature again.
That's so incredible, and I'm so excited to hear that. Julie, as someone who oversees sustainability at Airbus, what are some of the advancements that you see in fuel science that's shaping the future of our industry?
Absolutely, and fuel science is actually becoming extremely exciting. So first, let's put aviation history into perspective. So at Airbus, we like to talk about 4 revolutions of aviation. Well, the first was flight itself, because scientists believed that machines heavier than air wouldn't fly.
So just going back to what the futurist had said, it's interesting because I'm a big sci-fi nerd, and the Julie from Airbus who's speaking right now is talking about references to Star Wars because I think that's appropriate. I really think the real futurists come from science fiction and those sort of like really far-reaching. If you watch Star Trek, the ship on Star Trek had ways to heal itself, right?
Yep.
So I always think like these ideas that science fiction writers can come up with,
People bring it to fruition.
Yeah, I always feel like if someone can imagine it, we can do it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's pretty cool to hear her talking about that as if it's just within reach. Like
right. That it's not like it feels like that still is so many years ahead.
Yeah. But yeah, imagine, having a stress, because wings and planes, they get all these little micro stress fractures.
Yep.
And those can cause disasters because they're hard to detect, right? These little fractures. But what if the plane's materials could heal those fractures themselves, right?
Yep.
Wow, that would be so cool.
Pretty amazing.
The second is making aviation safer, and that's a continuous priority for us all. The third is making flight accessible, so democratization of flight, and Ed, you were talking about that. And now we're at the dawn of the fourth revelation, so pioneering the technology for sustainable aerospace. And at Airbus, our mission is to significantly reduce fuel burn, driving down costs and CO2 emissions with each new generation of aircraft, which equates to about 25% fuel burn reduction with each new generation of aircraft. And we're supporting Delta with that on the new aircraft. And sustainable aviation fuel, which is a nascent technology, is now central to that mission too. So for example, the cooking oil that you use at home and throw away can actually be used today to fuel a plane. So that's right. Aviation fuels are now made from renewable sources like cooking oil or agricultural waste. And Airbus aircraft can actually fly with a 50% blend today of this fuel. And by 2030, that figure is going to grow to 100%. But the real challenge is to make those fuels more affordable and increase production and fast. So we're excited again about this partnership we're announcing with Delta to drive and scale production, which is going to combine our pioneering innovation with Delta's vision and operational expertise. And that collaboration will strengthen energy security, which is a key issue today, and drive economic growth.
Any thoughts on that, Annette?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I guess I hadn't thought that they were doing cooking oils as like 50% of the current fuel, but the fact that they're going to go up even higher than that, it's interesting. I don't know, just randomly, I was like, is there enough used cooking oil to to actually fuel all this?
I mean, I appreciate the efforts in this, but as she kind of alluded there, it's not really cost effective at this point. You know, I really think there's probably going to be some other technologies around the corner. Obviously,
Agreed.
I think hydrogen fuel cells, I think, would be just massive. I mean, regardless of which direction they go, I think the point is we want to get the cheaper, cleaner fuels.
Right, exactly.
And the jet fuels that we use today, highly pollutant, you know, very not very expensive. You know, they're used because they're quite affordable for, you know, the energy per density.
But it's also not very but also not very efficient either for what they need. I mean, it functions, but there's better options out there.
So yeah, I mean, talking about the future, you know, you think of just Star Trek or any of those sci-fi shows where sort of like the spaceships just sort of fly magically, right?
Right.
Like there's no like rockets or like engines blasting, right? They kind of like just float and drive somehow, you know, fly somehow. So maybe one day we'll get to that kind of technology, but obviously making it cleaner, more efficient, and then more cost effective, you know, driving all these things, because fuel is such a huge cost of your plane ticket.
It is. It really is.
You don't think about it, but every time on the stock market the cost of a barrel of oil goes up, your plane ticket just went up like immediately.
Yeah.
So if you can get to a reliable fuel source that's, you know, the price is easy to predict, it's efficient, it's really going to drive the cost down. So
it will.
I don't really care what the answer is, cooking oils, whatever, but something, right?
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
And development, as well as social development, particularly in rural communities, because this is a new business, it's a nascent technology, so it will create jobs, it can foster innovation, attract investment, and build more resilience. So I think that's a pretty exciting
It's a very exciting future. And all of this is ultimately in the service of making our world smaller, bringing us closer together, And it's going to cause each of us to think differently about the challenges ahead. Because as we've seen today, the future of travel a century from now is not going to be recognizable to what we knew today. Ladies and gentlemen, please thank Julie and Sinead for spending this time with us today. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ooh.
Uh-oh, where are we heading to next?
Ooh, that's a good question.
This is a flight I could just stay on forever.
For sure. Couldn't imagine trying to capture this whole sphere in your photo.
Oh, are we coming in for a landing?
Oh boy.
Oh, the journey's coming to an end.
Wasn't that incredible? Feels like we've been on a journey tonight together. At Delta, we want to make flying seem effortless. But the truth, it's not. Flying requires the effort of thousands of Delta employees every day, each striving to make Delta the very best it can be. And some of those amazing people are standing behind me today. And I just want to take a moment to thank them. Thank our team who put this amazing show together for us, and all the Delta people who are here for a great, great evening. Thank you for what you all do for us. I've always been an optimist. When you work in the airline business, you have to be. But even for me, sometimes it can be hard to be optimistic about the future when you see the challenges that we face today. How are we going to solve them? Is it even possible? Well, once the idea of a person soaring through the clouds seemed equally impossible. And as those early Delta pilots learned, by pushing against the wind, they could take to the skies. I'm optimistic because we're on the verge of a transformation that goes far beyond transportation. It's about shrinking the world, making even the most remote places feel closer than ever. You can't do that on a phone or a screen or via social media. We tried that pretty unsuccessfully during the pandemic. We don't live in the virtual world. True connection comes when we're standing together, sharing the same space. That's when conversations begin, when lifelong relationships are born. It's the promise of the next century of flight, to me, is exhilarating. Just imagine the possibilities. Travel, powered by sustainable energy. Advancements in material science that allow us to better adapt to new environments. Airplanes becoming immersive destinations in themselves. Imagine when journeys won't be measured by distance, but by the potential they unlock. The physical and the digital blend.
What he said about the planes themselves becoming destinations, is that what he just said?
Yeah.
For us, everybody, it's the lounges.
Lounge is the destination. Lounges.
Sustainable travel has been achieved, and entire regions of the world are transformed by the power of travel and connection. This is the future that we are building, a future of limitless possibilities. Behind every innovation are the people who dedicate their lives to pushing ahead. From that first passenger who strapped into the back of a crop duster a century ago, to the innovators driving today's advancements. It's the curiosity creativity, relentless drive of individuals that shape the future of travel. Thanks to them, the sky is no longer the limit. It's just the beginning. The innovations and partnerships that we've shared today are more than advancements. They're the foundation of a future where technology links us to experience, places, and people in ways we've only dreamed about. Delta's not just preparing for that future, we're creating it. And with every innovation, daring idea, and the passion of those who keep climbing, we are transcending the boundaries of travel and redefining what it means to connect. It's as simple as this. If you don't go, the world will never change. When you go, anything is possible. This is the beginning of a new era of travel. So as we take off into our next century, fasten your seatbelts. Our best is yet to come. Thank you all.
I'll raise my Delta tumbler to that.
Yes. There we go. Woo!
That is awesome.
Yeah, this looks really cool. I can see how that speech would be kind of invigorating.
Yeah.
Cool. It actually kind of feels like a fireworks show. Like,
It does.
true-
Like, I bet if you were there,
I'm sure, like, it feels like if you were there, it would be as exciting as a regular fireworks show.
they've also got those 4D seats in the sphere that do something like with smells.
Moves your, yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the seats move. I wonder if that's Lenny Kravitz on the guitar. 'Cause after
Oh,
this, Lenny
probably.
Kravitz did the special like 30-minute show
that's
just
right.
for the folks there.
Oh, that's cool. Did you see the Delta logo on that firework?
Yeah. All right.
There you go. Excellent.
Okay. So
Yeah, that was
the
very
CES.
interesting.
Yeah. So from our perspective, at least from my perspective, you know, being a show that we love Delta, we talk about all things Delta traveling, but obviously we love the lounge lifestyle, the Sky Clubs, kind of the name of the show. A little disappointing he didn't talk about anything related to lounges, right?
Yep.
Because I get it. A lounge isn't necessarily a technological thing, but you would think they would incorporate more technology into the lounges. Now, I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah, that or just making lounges more accessible, right? Because they're adding so many new sky clubs around the world that those are things that, again, connecting people, kind of those moments and things like that. I know they referenced like Eve was sitting in the lounge there, but I think a little bit more focus on that, or at least some announcement or kind of
Right.
reflection of it, I think would have been fun.
Especially with the Delta One lounges coming, with the gourmet restaurant sort of feel. Like,
Yeah.
you think about your Eve concierge, right? Somehow tying into ordering your food ahead of time,
Yep,
or
exactly.
getting your seat ready at the restaurant, or checking you into the lounge ahead of time,
Right, right.
or something like that.
And there likely is probably some of that in there that they're thinking about and doing, but they just didn't maybe cover it in this presentation. But you're right. I mean, it would have been nice to have a little bit more of that kind of, even just a spot or just a tiny mention at least.
Well, they talked a lot about wellness with the Tom Brady thing, and the in-flight kit that they're going to start rolling
For
out
jet lag,
for the
yep.
jet lag. Now that their sky clubs are starting to incorporate like spa services and showers and sleep areas, you
Yep.
think you might talk about ways that they're using technology in those types of areas to rejuvenate you or make your trip better. So I've thought that the lack of any sort of like focus on the sky clubs was a bit odd.
It was a little bit. I mean,
So-
it's something they've really prided themselves on, and they do a really great job with it. And obviously that's sparked our podcast. So
Right. Okay, well, anyway, I thought it was a great show, and
that was
excited for
that
the
was super
things
interesting.
Delta's rolling out, and folks, next time you're on a Delta flight, look for the Delta Loungers YouTube show.
That's right. That's
to
right.
enjoy on your next
That's
flight.
amazing.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
All right, Annette. Well, that was great.
Yep, that was
concludes
fun.
our 3-part look at the CES show. I guess until next time.
See you later.
Keep on lounging.
There we go. Keep on lounging.